Welcome to Learning with Anime. I'm Kairi, a blue marble angelfish. Bing! Grammar! Woohoo! I have a grammar to share. Number counters. What is a number counter? In English, we occasionally add a word to specify what the word is referring to, like 3 segments of orange or 3 slices of pizza. Segments and slices in these cases in Japanese is known asじょすうし. Jo meaning help, su meaning number, and shi meaning word. This is often translated as counters. In Japanese, these counters must be added when referring to an amount of something. So, how do you count in Japanese? Well, let's clarify how to count in Japanese to make sure we are all on the same page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or sometimes 9, 10. If you learned Japanese in school, at least in Australia, I think that's what you've been taught. Well, let me annoy you by telling you that there always has been a second way to count, and that is he, who, me, yo, it's, mu, nana, ya, koko, to. This way of saying the numbers is classified as wago, meaning Japanese words, compared to the other way of saying numbers, which is classified as kango, meaning Chinese words. Basically, wago is the word originally used in Japan, and kango is based off Chinese words that has been altered to fit the Japanese language. The general rule is if the counter is wago, then the numbers also should be wago, and if the counter is kango, then the numbers also should be kango. But as the language evolved, wago numbers and kango numbers started to mix and mingle, and wago counters and kango counters also started to mix and mingle. Then pop came the way we count in modern days. For example, if you were playing Pokemon and counting how many gym leaders in a region, you would use the counter nin, meaning person. Anytime you are counting human, you use the counter nin, which is a kango counter. So, let's count one at a time. 1人、2人、3人、4人、5人、6人、7人、8人. No region has 10 gym leaders, but 9 and 10 will be 9人 and 10人. Notice how the first two are different from the rest and use tari instead of nin? This is to do with the wago counter for people, which was tari. 1人 and 2人 was used often, it stayed the same, but the rest changed to the kango version with some exceptions. 4 often is said with the wago version 4, as the kango version shi is a homophone with the word death in Japanese. So, instead of shinin, which using these kanji directly translates to dead person, we say 4人. 9 also is often said 9 instead of 9, as 9 is a homophone with the word suffer in Japanese. So instead of 9人, we say 9人. And if you want to count in order and say first, second, third, fourth, and so on, add me on the end. 1人目、2人目、3人目、4人目, and so on. When saying 2 gym leaders, use 2人、ジムリーダーを2人倒した, meaning I've defeated 2 gym leaders. But saying second gym leader, use 二人目。二人目のジムリーダーを倒すところ。Meaning, I'm about to defeat the second gym leader. Now, what do you get when you defeat a gym leader? Badges. So now, let's count badges. For badges, you can either use こ or つ depending on the situation. つ is a little more colloquial, and in most cases, an umbrella counter that can be used for many things. つ is also 和語 counter, so use 和語 number, which goes like this. 一つ、二つ、三つ、四つ、五つ、六つ、七つ、八つ。And if there was 9 and 10, it will be 9つ and と。つ is not added to 10. As for こ, it's a little more formal and often used for objects that can be held. Goes like 1個、2個、3個、4個、5個、6個、7個、8個。Again, if there was 9 and 10, it will be 9個 and 10個. Now, can I hear some of you thinking, 4 and 9 make sense using 和語 because of the reasons mentioned earlier. But why is 7 also 和語 and not 漢語? And for those who asked that question, you get a Kairi point. The more Kairi point you have, the more I love you. You can also get a Kairi point for subscribing, liking the video, and commenting. 7 is an interesting number that often can be either 7 or 7, depending on which one is easier to say with the counter added. So, both 7個 and 7個 is correct. But for the most part, 7 is used to avoid getting 7 and 1 mixed up. What do you need to defeat the gym leaders? Pokemon, of course. How do you count Pokemon? Well, there are a few options. You can use either 引き、問う、wa, bi, or はい depending on the animal. Animals that are smaller than an average-sized human are counted as 引き. Anything bigger than an average-sized human is counted as 問う. So Gibble and Gabite are counted as 引き, but Garchomp is counted as 問う. And birds of any size and flyable or flightless, they are counted as は, meaning wings. So, whether it's a Piplup, or Primplup, or Empoleon, these are a few of my favorite Pokemon. If they classify as bird, then count as は. Rabbits like Baneri and Loipani are also counted as は. Some say this is because the monks who were not allowed to eat four-legged animals made the claim that as rabbits walked on their hind legs, they were birds and was okay to eat. Others say that this is to do with the rabbit's large ears looked like wings. And bi is used to count fish. So Magikarp and Remoraid are counted as bi. But Gyarados is counted as to. And Octillery is counted using はい. はい is used to count octopuses and squids. When counting with と, bi, or は counters, use kango numbers except for 4 and 9. Some counters like 引き and はい changes the way the counter is said to make it easier to roll off the tongue, just like English has a for consonant words like a Piplup and an for vowel words like an Empoleon. So, 引き becomes びき and はい becomes 倍 for 3 and 1000. And 引き changes to ぴき and はい becomes パイ for 1, 6, 8, 10, and 100. Let me count gibbles to you to give you an idea. 1匹、2匹、3匹、4匹、5匹、6匹、7匹、8匹、9匹、10匹、100匹、and 1000匹. I hope you understood. While I was writing this script, I remembered that as a child, I used to count onyx as 1体、2体、3体、4体, and so on. But upon research to make sure that I'm providing the most accurate information to you, it turns out that the counter tai is only used to count dead bodies. I'm sorry, onyx. So, when counting onyx, use to or hiki. When counting any animals, if you are uncertain about which one to use hiki as it is an umbrella counter for animals.